Y'all can hear me now? It better be, because it took me that long to set up a stream whenever I was planning to. Short story, long story short, something happened. Whenever I was planning to stream, I was in a group chat with my fellow Discord friends, and I went outside. And whenever I got back, when I was trying to get back to the house, I accidentally dropped the iPad, but the only thing that broke was the adapter. And now, I had to order a new adapter from Amazon. Took some days, but now we're here, and now I can finally stream. Alright, good. I'm happy that y'all guys can hear me. This is sadly not really about gaming. Category has been set to people to blogs to make most sense for my title right here. But that should all make sense in the moment, because we are going to be doing what the title says. But still, we can chat around, talk about game-related content, even ask if I know that game and get me to talk about that, or even anime. Get me talk about that. Now, I'm not like a hardcore gaming, maybe, kinda, but not that hardcore anime fan yet. But it may happen in the future. Who knows what's gonna happen with me myself. But anyways, enough with this stream starts soon stuff. How about we go in the game? Here. Damn, nothing happened. Well, at least my old stream setup is still there whenever I was doing the Q&As, the game stuff. Now if I move this, there we go. Alright, it should be looking good at this point. Now question is if we really can see what's happening right here. So far it says excellent connection. It might also be thanks to the new router that I've been using as well. But sadly, I do not get it. I do not get the picture as high res as it is. I've not, but I've heard a lot of references and memes. I mean, memes and references about it. Maybe watch a teeny little bit of JoJo. Oh, it was so apparent then. Thanks for letting me know. I guess I'll try to turn down the voice. Now, I could do a test at the moment. So let's say the stream's starting. And we have this noise right here. So I can turn it all the way down till I can barely hear it myself. And then I would know that level of volume is when people can hear me. Now, even though you're saying this, Bagel, I still hear that other people can hear me whenever I adjust this kind of volumes. But still, thanks for suggesting. Even though I was thinking about it. Anyways, back to this. Do I really have to move around? Okay, I'm just gonna close this. There we go. Move. It's not working? Are you joking me? It's not working. Let's see right here. Something's not working. I was supposed to draw. But then the output seems to not cooperate right here. Alright. At this point I'm just testing. Well, can always edit that. Looks like it actually bugged out. Huh, there we go. Looks like it got back when I got into the settings of that specific window. There we go. Well, we're back now. Do you think that whip guitars should get a buff or not? Whip guitars is actually a pretty versatile weapon. It can throw opponent around a little bit, but it's made for pretty much any range. You have attacks that work for close range. For example, basic, back are very quick. Upper can be used for kind of small mid-range, and then you have the strong attack, which reaches almost the entire screen. But if it hits, it pulls the opponent close to you, so that you can continue your attack sequence. And then you have lower attack, which is excellent for punishing ranged attacks, even mine placement, spikes, just traps placements. But the thing about the lower attack is the only attack that reaches the entire screen of that game. But anyways, we're going to be checking out what I've been drawing right here. So, I was thinking, let's draw some clothes for this manga right here. And it may not be the final product of what you're going to be looking at right now, but bear me out. So currently I've made 2 sweaters, but I was thinking maybe I'm just going to be brainstorming a little bit about different kinds of clothing, because nowadays you have a lot of clothing. I mean, the clothing categories would still exist in which I would apply to the current manga right here. Nonetheless, the first one, if you paid attention, you should be familiar with who that belongs to. Second one is just an invention that I made. Currently, the clothes that I do have a simplistic geometry pattern that I want to try and experiment around and see what we can do with it. So, it was not coming with this color. It also came with this color right here, and I was trying to use these different colors to see how that would work. Maybe I could try another color, pink blast combination. Pink blast combination. Maybe purple nebula combination. Maybe assassin combination. Just darkness. Who knows really? But anyways, I'm going to go gallery. And I guess, okay, so wait, can I just not say new sketch? There we go. And it should say presets, all of that, create, and then sketch upload, and then save current sketch. Which colors, Queer Man? I wasn't really paying attention I wasn't really knowing when you asked that question. So what should I draw? What kind of clothes should I draw? Well, I will try to do another set of sweaters, shirts, maybe t-shirts even. We could go for underwear, but that's going to be getting on the borderline. But come on, still relevant. But anyways, let's go for convenient kind of clothing. The good old sweater, the good old shirt. Very basic shirt. Should have actually thrown the shirt down there and figured out how it really looked like, and then I could pretty much draw after that. But we're not here to copy reality, really. That's what I concluded. So, if I was doing a pride shirt, if I was actually doing a pride shirt, it wouldn't be straightforward all rainbows color, even though that would be fully possible in this kind of world, but I haven't gone exactly that way. I know, right? I know, right? You're asking just like specific kind of color questions, not just joking. Anyways, I want to see how stream's moving around along with all of this. So far, it looks pretty good, so I'm very thankful of that. If I just go down here, come on, it's a basic sweater, basic t-shirt. Not, although it's not going to be short sleeved. Really wonder if you guys heard about, listen to T-shirt from Migos, because that's the kind of T-shirt that's gonna be popping up right now until I color them. Ha ha ha. But anyways, got more questions? Feel free to ask. I would like to know what you guys have in mind right now. Can be game related, can be anime related. But the main point is, can be pretty much whatever it might be. Well, that's a huge eraser. Let me scale it down. Humongous eraser. Do the same over here. And we get ourselves a shirt now. Do you ever get mad? I mean, I could raise my voice like this. Just joking. Mostly I would just cold, very cold, harsh, but still chill. And especially when I just generally want to talk to other people, random people that want to hang out in the public. It would be fun to just have a relaxing time with others that might want to watch around the web. But of course, people get mad at some points, including me, including everyone else, pretty much. You could put it this way, that they're mad in their own way, even though people have a very generalized viewpoint of what it means to be mad. Cereal. Whenever you, I guess you ask it because you always see cereal with milk, for example, and with that you can think it's soup. So you could put it that way. But for my own part, I don't think I've seen any dry cereal, if they even are. Let me search dry cereal actually. Dry cereal. But if you're talking, okay, I think I got an answer for that. That might be fitting. So if you're, so let's say you only have the cereal flakes, whatever cereal that is. Really though, that is the cereal. But when you talk about in the cup with milk, that can be that can be the soup. That can already be a soup. But still, Englishmen just went off and may still say, okay, this is cereal. And therefore, you could put it as if it's like soup, but it depends on what you're talking about, really, because you could eat them like a snack. I do that sometimes whenever I have cereal. I can snack on cereal sometimes. Like, come on, humans can eat it whenever they like to. Anyways, back to this sweater right here. Now, if I already had, I'm not gonna do a real life comparison, anyways, because what I really wanted. Oh God, there we go. I just do this. Me try to rescale to a fitting setting. Or maybe that will do. Not 100% sure. I did. I played the event and gotten the new legendary maces. And I'm seeing what's been data mined from the Shadowfight tree, so I know the stuff that's going on. I've been paying attention to the news, as I haven't really been sharing you guys that yet, considering what I'm doing right now. Huh. I guess that's because it's on a scale of this. So you would think it looks bigger, because now it looks like the upper torso is much bigger, even though they should have been closely equalized. So I'm just gonna go ahead, relax, draw some. Even got my drink. You can literally have snacks and drinks and just chill around with me as well. There's nothing else to really do at this point, because for me, this is what I'm doing. Any other questions? Go ahead and ask. I'd like to hear what you guys want to ask. Now let's see here. Look at that, it's asymmetrical. It kills me now. Like, that should be fitting for 4 sweaters. Yeah, it does, it does. Well, hello, Shadow. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. You're watching me. You're watching me doing some drawing at this point. I cannot tell that I completely believe in aliens, because I haven't really seen one IRL yet. So that's a question that is left on a cliffhanger. Let's put it that way. Ah. Or maybe I make the length of it. Or maybe I extend this shirt a little bit. Even though this shirt is generally for men and women, but it might be like I'm drawing this for men, but women's shirts very similarly designed. Maybe I could just search it up. Just shirt. Unless I have to show a sweater because it's British. Yeah, a long time mod for the old times. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Holy Bug. It's been a long time since I've checked out a mod in this channel right here. Since a mod has been shedding around. it's it's kinda like that. What I do see though is they may take their bends a little bit like this. And then leave that. hanging like so. And now I might as well rescale here, which means I also may have to move the arms a little bit. Maybe not. Just maybe not. Now let's adjust the top part as well. I could, for instance, well, it looks like this guy's also a Pixelgun 3D fella. Very interesting to know. Man, to be honest, Shadow, I did remember your name, and now I kind of forgot your name. I did remember your name when you first popped up, and then I kind of forgot your name. Cougar Man, that would be Earth, because you have life in there. A lot of exciting stuff are happening in Earth. There's not as equally exciting stuff happening other planets as in Earth. Therefore, Earth is my favorite planet. You may have other bizarre environment happening in the other planets, but that's pretty much it. Well, maybe I'll add such a thing in my manga. Who knows? After all, based on the manga's category, which is showing by itself at this point, then that can be possible. That is possible. Man, and now at this point, I just feel like I spent 15 minutes trying to draw a sweater. And now it looks like this has been broader than this. All I could do then is just scale it down then. Kinda. There. That should be approximately it. Oh, that question can be answered by saying that you're likely to be faced with bots. Because the game was proclaimed by one famous YouTuber called Like a Soldier that it had no bots. But really, the skepsis was just increasing until the point we actually got to see some bots in the game. Some actual in-game bots. But at first I was getting skeptical because of the game's predicament, because the game wasn't really getting good at its own point. I think I started leaving. Oh, I left that game over a year ago. And since then, the predicament has just been that the developers are are just making profit of players who don't know that weapons that keep returning, about the problem with weapons that keep returning. Huh. That kind of works. Just wanted to I just wanted a close matchup with the shirts that you would see, but still, I need to figure out what shirt I want to design. And how they really look like. Now, the second try should be something. Close resemblance to an IRL shirt. I am proud of myself right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally drew a sketch of a shirt. Alright. Now what I can do with this is to pretty much add another layer, set down the opaque on that, and then what you'll see is I can follow the lines of what I drew right here, but what I'm really going to do is add symmetry, so we can add these layers right here instead. So what I would do is now stop strokes at center line and pretty much start drawing after this side. Now let's see right here. This, and I'm not really intending to completely follow the lines right here, but we'll see what's happening. You can see the major difference it's gonna make when you're drawing symmetry and then drawing freely like I did when I was just sketching. Ah, that's from people who apparently are in a crazy argument about sexual orientation that they just think they can conjure up a lot. I mean, it can also be about sexuality in general and sexual orientation. They conjure up these kinds of terms. Don't even know exactly if they can be proven by the scientists that are scattered around the world even. For me, I take it very simple on that sense and say it's only two. It's like that moment when you first learn that there's two genders and then you just conjure up thoughts making that stating that there are a lot more genders than just two. Now, it could have been going somewhere, but it's not going to go that much far if it doesn't have scientific evidence. Or evidence that is to be trusted in. Looks like we're finally making this happen again. Another shirt produced by Boston Now, at this point, I'm just focusing on getting the lines approximately the way I want it. Simple but based, you could put it that way. Ba-ba-da-da, we got a shirt. Now we got a white t-shirt, guys. What should I do with it now? I know what to do with it. I'm just gonna design it, after all. Anyways, duplicate. Actually, I guess I'll put it that way. Actually, no. Let's instead keep this and then we'll try to figure out how this will look like right now. So got the neck right here. We got the neck. Kubi. Don't know if I want to go for a simplistic one, but hey. Now, if I look over all modern clothes, they're pretty much one color, and they have some of their fancy patterns right here. But contemporary is just that, some patterns, or just, well, still one color. But if you want to, add two colors here in the brand, that's a different case. I could have actually made that scene, or maybe I should. I guess I'll wait with that. And instead, add these bad boys. I guess something like that. I could make it bigger, for instance. Actually, just undo all of this. This is what one of those symmetry shirts where you could pretty much make things a lot easier with the symmetry tool. Okay, so the symmetry line didn't show up. I wanted symmetry Y, and I want it to be approximately over here. How many clothes can I brainstorm during a stream? That's what I'm starting to think for myself at this point. Man, if only I would move the symmetry line over there. If I only had several multiple symmetry lines, then this could already work. But I guess you could make it as simple as that. Just one sleeve decoration. And then with that, I can duplicate this, hide that, and then we think about the back side of this. How would the back side look like? Lose my eyesight or lose my memories. If I were to lose my eyesight, I would only lose a part of my sense while I keep my memories. You could say, for instance, that memories are a part of life. So, and with that, if you lose your memories, it's kind of like you reset it yourself. And I, and might as well have a baby brain. But both of these aren't really nice to have. They have their own disadvantages. Like use your eyesight. Now you're gonna learn the blind language and stuff like that. And you won't be able to drive a car. So there's like you lose several benefits when you can actually see, but then again your personality is still there. So yeah, I'd rather go blind. Even though in reality I want neither. Let's see right here. Uh-huh. So if it goes this way right here, let's say it goes this way around the arm, then it should get up to something like this. Same should also go with this as well. Wait. Just like something down there, and then well, this might not be in perfect symmetry, but still. So now if I just close this, now we have our backside pretty much. What I can do with this is just move it around over here, for example. So now we have the backside and the front side of that kind of shirt. Nice. Could, for instance, moved it a little bit closer, but keep it for the symmetry. Now I want to see, it should fit with the sheet right here if I do this. Yeah, it's already fitting. So I can make two types of shirts right here. So let's delete that. And let's duplicate another one. And then hide that actual layer because we're going to be working on this. Symmetry style. Let's think about another frontage that I could do. I'll do a little disclaimer right here. Like I said, these are all brainstorms, so not everything will be included in the final series. Never heard of that album. What if I did this? Can't increase the complexity of it by doing this. There you go. No, not too sure about that one. Well, let's say only the front side like this, and then the back side is pretty much plain. Then the front side would have small sleeve ends. While the back side pretty much doesn't. A simple designing t-shirt, modern t-shirt by Boston Modern himself. Could you believe it? Now, honestly, I could actually just move it down because it's on the same symmetry line. Just like so. So now I should be merging you with this. So now we got that on top, and now we got the bottom one. So what should I do with the bottom one, really? Well, dupe that. And then the only thing that I'm going to be changing is pretty much this. And then turn it into a line that traverses like this. And that is pretty much the backside. And I can move this bad boy around. There we go. Does pretty nice for his own job. There. Looks like I finally managed to design 4 new shirts right here. Very simplistic shirts. Could have added more complexities. I would go for another one, and then I would try something else. That is on the torso. Maybe the next one I could try to do some invented brands. And I'll think about that, because I got a couple in my head already. But for now, I'm just gonna be trying to mix and match colors with this. So merge you, sucker, and then we merge with you. There you go. Heard about Dementia. I guess thanks for the fair warning. Now let me duplicate this, because that's important. If you just color straight away, you cannot really edit that color in this program. Sometimes when you do the bucket tool on a certain color, then it would extend a little bit in how many pixels? Maybe half a pixel, maybe 1 pixel. But the idea is, in Autodesk Sketchbook, whenever you do the bucket tool on a certain color area, then that color area may expand a little bit by half to 1 pixel. Either way, now we got that set. It's time to actually mix and match. How about Bumblebee style? You guys could even contribute to suggest on what I could be adding right here. So let's see. I could do Bumblebee. I could definitely do Bumblebee style of this. And then after all, I could just darken this color, or add a kind of complementary color. Man, imagine a very simplistic shirt just like that, and you're far, far freaking ahead into the future. And then for this, maybe orange? Orange like so. With some darkened orange right here. And then we can just turn that, amp that up a little bit. This way. Could have actually done it this way. Maybe a gold. Let's see about orange red. Or I could add another complementary color along with this. Orange red, orange yellow. Maybe if I tried orange this. Shines in its own way. That's a pretty unique combination. Usually I would just go for these kinds of colors, not really combining 2 colors that might be different from the spectrum that you see over here. But it can be nice to try something a little bit farther from the original color spectrum. 2 weeks? I haven't seen any trailer or anything about that, but I definitely have heard people trying to presume things. But I cannot say anything for sure. All I know is that the Marcus Blaine is coming, and I will definitely love to play through that. Even though I have something from the event as well. I guess you got that idea because of a certain video that told, or even a certain guy that commented about, what was it again? The flow of how new chapters drop by. For example, we have Deep Color, then 2 weeks after each is plain, and therefore you could anticipate the same from the this current bonus event implemented or integrated along with the swamp event, and then you could anticipate 2 weeks after. I get that idea, but you cannot say anything for sure. All I know is that it's coming, but if you're right, then congratulations, at least you anticipated correctly this time. Now, if there's any other questions, feel free to ask. I would love to answer the questions that you guys might provide right here. I need some heads up, like HD Hero did. You can really just explain further or elaborate from other people's comments. Huh. Well, this certainly was unique. I guess they did with the maps. Fair enough. Now we got some color mixes down here. Could you really simplify the way you could describe a modern style, man? I swear. Generally speaking, Iron, Iron Shad. Generally speaking, it's because of the PvP that so many people have just driven themselves into the new game than getting to the old game. If the new game was like a, a similar version of Shadowfight 3, then that might be a different story. But since the new game simply had PvP, but the core aspect of it remains there, that's what made it attract more players into play every day. Even though the everyday basis of Shadowfight Arena is the same as Shadowfight 3. You play the leagues, and the leagues are the multiplayer in contrast to the duels in Shadowfight 3. Duels are still single player against bots because Shadowfight 3 is still single player against bots, while Shadowfight Arena is mainly based on multiplayer. While Shadowfight 3 was originally intended to have multiplayer feature, but it's taken, you could say, forever. And then with that, people would maybe think that, have the mindset of, I want Shadowfight Arena, I want more Shadowfight Arena content. And they would literally care less and less about the third game, even though the third game has a lot to offer, like the rarities, but the thing is they have a lot of different items that you can customize and play, whilst Shadowfight Arena takes all of that kind of aspects away and then makes it simpler. You already have a set of characters, they look like that, they have that weapon, Here's the abilities. Go ahead. Whereas Shadow Fight 3, you're more free with your customization. You're more free with the way you fight, unlike Shadow Fight Arena. You can only change the weapons, and you can only change the talents. The only thing they, the only thing they could improve, or generally speaking, is to implement PvP, and perhaps give Shadow Fight 3 something that Shadow Fight Arena doesn't have, but still, and which makes it more more attractive to players than Shadow Fight Arena. But currently, that hasn't really been accomplished yet, and all I see is just updates that dropping by. And now we're gonna see what happens after Marcus is playing. But man, that's been a lot of chit chatting. I want to add some new colors on this, shall we? Duplicate. And now we got a new playing set. Let's see right here. There you go for Pinkie Pie. Just that color. And then what I could do is to darken that color. And then you have this, because with red, they kind of make themselves unique by shading, even though you would say this is the darkness gradient. Now other colors can have this darkness gradient. I think it's darkness gradient from 50 and below. That's pretty much the basics. And when you go higher, that kind of gets removed, and you have to move this direction to make it darker. Certainly something. Or that just might be my conjure up mindset at this point. Would you look at that? Sherry sweater, sherry shirt. But if that's so, what about purple aqua? Maybe that color. Except maybe we're gonna try that color. And then we go towards the blue. Kind of playing with blocks at this point. What could mix and match with what? And I guess it's like as quick as that you can pretty much brainstorm your stuff right here. And now what I can do is gallery, save current sketch, and now we have this kind of set right here. Now I didn't name the okay, I did name it. That was the other picture that I made, that I presented in another video. And is this? Yeah, that's Chinese. I see how sky is written right there. So let's change that language. Let's call it that. There. FC shirts number 2. That's pretty much what it is. Now be sure to share that forward to anyone that might be interested in just sit down, relax, and drawing. Now we'll be sitting down for some time before I get off and continue this kind of work. But now I'm also starting to get towards working my plot, because lately my plot has been sitting down there still, even though I even though I've roughly established the plot. But now I think it's time to try to shape how everything will work, because this is pretty much a world invention. When we're talking about how you think the world will look like in the future, you kind of invent a new world for yourself, don't you think? Nonetheless, we're going to dupe this. And the reason why is because then you can use the sketch that's been made right here, remove these two layers, and then redesign all of these guys. Which would also mean that I have to reposition the symmetry line again if I want to go symmetry, but I don't think that might be completely necessary. But for safety's sake, I can still do it if I want to add symmetric elements. So let's see right here. Approximately here. So now I can see that a teeny bit of that pixel has gone away, so I'm just gonna move a little bit more here. Boom. So that's where it went. I think a better way to test the symmetry is to draw. And not that color, this color. Some more this side, so I move it a little bit over here. Okay, what was that? Oh, I get it now. Man, if I only, if I only got found a better workflow, man. If only. Nope. Man, using symmetry pool can be a little nightmare. I think that's approximately it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, let's do this. Now that I look at this, might as well. Do this. And then start from scratch. Much better. Much better, actually. See, I was seeing a brand. Right. Would be overly simple with just a brand, but you could make it that simple. After all, that's what modern stuff is all about. Now, kind of goes off a little bit when it comes to combat gear, but still. Let's see right here. A little sweaty with a brand. Now, what brand? Because, first of all, I want to duplicate this and then move around right here. Because it's as simple as it gets now at this point. I could, for instance, edit this part right here. Oh god, and I just used my giant eraser and annihilated that piece of art. Okay, let's make it this way. There we go. Although it's very similar to the last art, but I just tweaked it a little bit. And now I dupe this. And then move it down there. Now let's talk about the brown right here. Now I did some brands whenever I made the art. Maybe I'll bring that up because one of the brands was something like this. And this is not meant to be Liz. Actually, it was kind of something like this, wasn't it? So what I would do here is actually just add the colors and then finish the rest. But before that, bring you bad boy down here so that I could save you, so only you would be colored. Let's do basic gray. Could actually gone for turquoise. Darken you up a little bit so you can have that difference over there. And then we can have this blue color to distinguish from each other. Or completely white, which is what I'm going to be trying to do right here. That's a small pencil, damn. Question is, does it really work? Chop you down. Chop. Alright. Just chop the head of this trail right here. I could have used a completely different tool for that. But nonetheless, it worked. Now what I would love to see is this scaled a little bigger. There we go. And now with that, actually I have to merge before I do things right here. My god, I can't get confused, but still find the right layer. Wow, you could make it that simple, man. It's like you just want to design a simple color, a singular colored shirt, and this is how it went. Anyways, we're at the end like, of a short brainstorm of this before we're going to be heading on to actual shirt. Now this would be sweater pretty much. If you're British, no, I'm not that biased, but still. Brown. I actually haven't tried that. You can literally go Texas woods like this, man. Now for you, bad boy, I would add. No, let's wait with that. Yes, I'll add you. And I'll just add. Okay, I forgot that you were that big. So here we will just add Some rings. I guess that could do. Could have gone for something completely different. Hmm. Or even better, because it's just a single brand. What if I just did something like this, guys? And after all, it may not necessarily be a part of this, but this should rather do. And now actually to dupe this, erase you again, buddy. Now let's think about it. Because it's going the other way around, so if you flip it, you pretty much have the mirror, you pretty much have the same pattern. Because it will go up, okay, not the eraser, it will go up, around, and then have this flipped. So even though if I were to copy it, I would still flip it. Man, big brain moment. Alright then. That pretty much means I can move it around. There we go. Alright then. Issue number 22 solved. Which color though? I haven't really tried this area. Even though it would be really interesting to try this kind of area, this desaturated area. Because I've been mostly into the very saturated shade area, but not really much into the desaturated area right here. So maybe I would try to experiment with something like that. Could even go completely white if I wanna. Kinda tried green, but I feel like I want to try again. Let's say this. Let's talk about brown though, because I didn't really try brown. Yeah, dang it. Well, now I got this decay brown. Although that really looks okay for my own part. Huh. Looks like I'm making Jerry. Start to think that I'm making Jerry. Alright. Out of that thought. Because now I'm truly making Jerry. No. Alright, because that's what I thought in the first place. And then this. It was nothing more than that, guys, alright? It was all just this, and then we have the brand. But now, what brand? That's the real question right now. Man, that background noise is loud. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but still. Still! What if I edited a stream to where you guys could only see? Okay, that did not really work. But what if I did this? And then say, you see no more of this, no more of that, no more of this, and no more of this. It looks like I really had to extend this part a little bit. Let's say I don't want to show you guys that. Would be looking really different though if I had to say something. Mm-hmm. It feels kind of different when you are stretching out these pixels. What do you guys think? Keep it simple as it usually was, or change it a little bit? So we only see draws. Now how would that look like? Ho ho. I moved this bad boy around, now you guys only see that, huh? That actually works. Alright. Even though, I have to say, I need to find a better screen mirror program that can emit larger amount of pixels, because now at this point you guys are just seeing low res pixels. So it's kinda works, so that way it kinda works like a watermark for what I'm doing right here, but it doesn't really matter that much. And when I think about it, it didn't really affect didn't really affect the look of the screen that much. But hey, it works. So now all I want to do is just change this color right here. And let's say we make a brand that looks like this, which I have to eventually refine myself as well. Do I really want to positionate that with the freaking ruler? Ah, man. Not really this time. There. And then all I need left is a little triangle body over here. Now I would say this is kind of similar to the one that I drew, but might actually be different. Now let me actually check out the drawing. I have it on the different device over here. Is that the same? It's not. It's not the same shapes. Okay. Now look at that cut tree. It added some extra colored pixels right there. But I don't mind about that. This is where maybe I would like to use eraser and the ruler. I'll let that actually gobble away, and then I can just fix the line like this. But then again, stick to the edge. There we go. And then guys, I'm just gonna chop this off. Okay, not chop off that line right there, but still chop this off. And now let's make this line cut parallel as possible with this. Chop that down. And then chop this down. Let's tear it apart. There we go. Now we kind of got a specialized brand for... Now I kind of just got a specialized brand. I want to move this triangle a little bit, even though that would mean that I will be moving the colors. Oh, really? So that's what the example looked like. Anyways. Well, that makes sense. Well, I guess I'll merge afterwards because I was doing it in the raw layer. Oh, alright. First of all, I'm not that sure if if Neki would continue with Shellfight 4, as I'm already aware, we have currently Spine. I currently have Spine. So I'm not sure if Shellfight 4 is gonna be coming anytime. Well, I know Shellfight 4 is not gonna be coming anytime soon. But then again, I'm kind of skeptical to whether Shellfight 4 is gonna be there. But let's see if it's gonna be there. Then I would like to see most of the Shellfight 2 weapons being implemented. The swords, the spears, maces, hammers, tonfas. I would like to see their modern twist like they did with Shellfight 2, which they pretty much have done to every single Shellfight game. There was always that little modern twist, modern spice on top of it whenever you get far into the game. Huh. How fortunate am I to see all of this? There we go. So I could have literally erased all of that without having to worry about the colors, man. But hey, I guess that works out. I guess that works out. Looks like we got some chocolate and a coal mark over there. Called it chocolate branded mark. That's what's going to be cool now. Just a random invention, guys. Now, I'm starting to think that I might as well have done the same. Alright, let's merge this. Because I'm completely fine with that now. And let's maybe adjust this. And then we do this. I see that the line's kind of wobbly, but that doesn't really matter. Kind of refining the lines. Like that. Also like this. And then maybe some of this. Booyah. Actually not. I would like to add a little bit more on this area. Just like that. And then we follow up to make it follow the line. And all we need left then is this. Yeah, I have to make it blue. Okay, okay. Well, you're about to mess with stuff right here. Hmm. Honestly, I could see why that, Cougar. I could see why that. Now, this has been pretty calm and silent freaking stream right here, but that's just me focusing around, trying to make another set of shirts done. This is all purely brainstorming. I haven't really gone for anything else. Now I did, sure guys, one set of shirt, but then I just spent my time over an hour trying to make two designs. A lot of dedication. Question mark? No, I was joking. And now I kind of forgot about, I don't know, because it's gonna take some time if I want to add other colors. But I guess for the sake of the variety of drawing, then I'm going to be making something different then. Alright, anyways, merge. We already have a little brainstorming idea after all. RL2C, which I think is the same as this dude over here. Yes, it is. It's kind of the same there. And then we have this different brand. A different fancy brand in front of the shirt. That's all you need to make fashionista. So new sketch, guys. Create that. And then we save this current sketch. Booyah. And now we have this. And yeah, still I can see why you want those kinds of weapons, because they make great atmosphere when you're trying to fight. And maybe because their movesets are pretty good in general, that the usage of jet that will make the game look pretty good. There could be multiple reasons why you want a weapon where a person wants a certain weapon in a Shovel Fight game. Now let's zoom out and in. I want to see the stream, how the stream reacts to that. Man, does it really take that long to wait? Because all I see right now is white screen. So it's really that delayed. Well, I guess it makes up. There. Alright. So it's some seconds, if not 30 seconds, between what I see right here and what I'm actually doing right now. Well, that should actually work. And mostly the stream has gone really healthy thanks for me not killing it with games and stuff like that. But thank goodness. At least I like to see that the stream is going as I want it to go. But nonetheless, let's check out here. Check out the chat actually. was kind of reading Discord. Looks like we're kind of vibing a little bit more around than usual. Well, nonetheless, let's think about the actual shirts because they basically, if I roughly draw it, they basically would look something like, all right, here's the head, and okay, program, can I move? Thank you. So like, here's the head. Here's the arm. And then the body right here. Arms. And the body down there. But this time it cannot be a neck collar already. Now we actually have to do this kind of stuff. And then I would likely think that that's how the shirt's basically gonna look like. Just something like that. And then we have the buttons that's gonna go around here, but we're not gonna go for those kinds of buttons. Instead, we're going for these kinds of buttons. Even though you want to go for something simple, you also want to go for something different. That should be the main idea for the current drawing that I'm doing right now. But let's just dive straight into the work process right here. Man, it's gonna be feel like I'm taking ages to do design all of this. But still, we're going on to something. So let's say I made you there, and then it might be just could have just copy pasted that line and then mirrored it around, but nah, that's not my true intention. So it would most certainly look like, well, I would say something like this, and then you just go downwards with the arm right here, the sleeve. Same should be done with this, I suppose. You're just gonna be doing pretty much the same over here. There we go. There's a teeny bit more over here. Tidy up the shoulder and sleeve. And we should approximately have what we're looking after. And then we have these buttons right here. Which, by all honesty, I would just try to make a button look as nice as possible. Post-apocalyptic setting. That's like child fight into the future. But then comes the question: would it really be shadowfied? Because developers kind of had the same question when they went over from 2D style game to a 3D style game. But they made the choice to make 3D style game, but to maintain the premise shadow fight, they were adding the shadow form feature whenever they introduced Shadow Fight 3 for 3D, I suppose. But would that really make Shadow Fight? Maybe, maybe not. Because I think that statement is quite debatable. Nonetheless, okay, so the main idea, guys, is that I'm doing these kinds of buttons. Let's say it like that, right? And then I just gotta copy and paste as many of these guys as possible, and then bring them down with some space in between them. And what is that? I didn't really ask for that, but there we go. We have a glitched piece right here. We have a somewhat glitched paste, and now this worked completely fine, so I was going to be saying. So the idea is that I have buttons over here. As many buttons as they would need. And I think I rather want to spread around the buttons right here. So let's say this goes a little bit more upwards towards that. Just so that the distance between them looks more right. This could almost stay as they were, but the rest have to go like a little bit further down or something. There, and where was I? Oh yeah. Let's do these guys. Because taking that many buttons would really be a pain in life, but still. Yeah, you would like pretty much have the line that kind of goes between here. All the way down to this. But this should also have this usual neck snap or something. Now neck snap doesn't sound like the right word, but still this neck component right here. And then little hatch, and then go all the way up over there. And that's like the example shirt that I would like to draw up. I think that would be the example shirt. Now this looks ginormous. So let me adjust this component right here. Or maybe it's because of the relation between the body and the arm that makes it look rather bigger on the body. Because when the body looks bigger than the arm, that's kind of something. Oh yeah, you put it that way. because of the shadow bots that Okada invented. I see, I see. Welcome back, welcome back. So I'm currently drawing the shirt right now, and as it is, yeah, it turns out that I'm just spending a little bit more time than you could ever anticipate. But all I do, guys, is to try to express my art skills, and try to show you guys what I'm actually doing right here. What am I actually trying to draw? But for now, it's just part of the elements that I'm still wanting to finish before I want to head out and then make the story and then may continue some other kinds of drawings. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep going, and then I might show you guys something else. Now I actually almost forgot to tell you guys, because it isn't really only the drawings that I've left. It is for a fact also the character designs. And therefore I was thinking, let's go for the close first, because most of the necessary elements that I have thought of have already been put down the table. So that's pretty much out of the way. Now all that's left is the character designs. Now you could say I made some characters in the drawings of the environment, but that's kind of a different story at the same time, because these people are just around. Now it would be kind of cruel to say that they're just decoration, but still, they aren't the part of the main protagonist. That could work. Could also work for a shadow fight character. Who knows, really, Cougar Man? Still an excellent connection. I am very happy to hear, actually. Man, imagine, I just spent 1 hour 42 minutes on this. Although some of the time have been used into trying to set up the stream, because it's been a long time since I set up the stream, but I forgot that I have my old assets for when I was streaming Pixcon way earlier, and I still use them when I was trying to stream some other stuff in the meantime. But now that's set up, and the fact that I actually spent pretty long time on this, you can tell how flow can go. But anyways, I just want to move this guy a little bit in. Sorry, mate, not this time. Thanks for asking. And then same thing I have to do with this. Yes, sir. So it like is looking something. So it's gonna look something like this. That's gonna be my first draft, first ever take on the shirts right here. Which means that this will also follow with the line over there. that we kind of have, so they can kind of try to show and highlight the neck component and the rest of this shirt right here. Man, what do you guys think about this so far? What do you guys think about this? Just neck. Just that neck component, and then different kind of buttons. But just this kind of design for now. It really would look something like this though, honestly, but still. Huh. If I look at the stream, it does pretty well though, despite the lowest quality, kind of watermarking this whole entire project right here. But still. Some shirt. Honestly, it's just been a random shirt. But yet again, I'm trying to invent the future right here. What would be like the clothes? What would be like the clothes? What would be the environment? Now, I did several parts on the environment, even though not every environment, and I'm not going to be thinking exactly every environment, but I would definitely be thinking of drawing some more environmental pictures to maybe share with you guys. But would also be fun to share some characters in the meantime as well, and also part of the plot. That could mean that these environmental pictures could hint the plot of this. Maybe. Just making a little bit heads off to make your head fuzz around a bit. Man, is it really going to be that simple? We could have like something like this in the end to make you look like a Mr. High Tech. Nonetheless, it's going to be something like this. So, with that being said, we could just go ahead and move this bad boy around. And then there are certain things that I actually have to change whenever I am doing the symmetry of the entire thing. So this actually would take some time. But nonetheless, I'm doing this. And we're going ahead and setting down the opaque of this and try to draw out this bad boy. Start off with the neck. Start with the neck component. And then do this. Booyah. And we're gonna make it this for now, even though that actually has to change. But then after that follows the sleeve and the rest of the shirt itself eventually. too sure about how that went. But still, it's gonna be something like this. Add this, and go all the way up. And then go this way. Now the really exciting part would be to look at this relation. Huh. Close to fitting. This is actually close to fitting. Alright, good. Good, good, good. It's like the get good mode. Should have actually been the other way around. This. And then this. And then activate this because you're gonna have symmetry on the end of the sleeve. Just like so. And that little extension over there, and that should be pretty much it. As for this, square shouldn't be too much of a nightmare. Because I could just do this, and I could just copy paste all the way down. All the way down to, okay, not just copy the layer, but I mean copy the button specifically. There. And I could just paste the buttons and then place it approximately where I sketched them. And then I would see how that would look like. This one had a lot of bugs. That's also another downside whenever you copy paste. You might get a slight little bug or a big lot or like a large amount of bug. Still, nothing's perfect right here. And still, this is all purely a sketch. Nah, it's been taking a long time to just make a shirt. There. Don't want to close that. Now, down. Worked out pretty well, I said. I don't know about you guys, but for me, that turned out to be something. When we talk about the shadow fight premises, that could actually be a good idea, not gonna lie. They could actually be a good idea to add shadow bots. To add shadow bots and make them behave like an assistant that will punish your enemy for perhaps being too far away and certain other circumstances. What I would say though, that the shadow bots may be doing some abilities of their own. Instead of simply attacking, they may have some of their abilities. Now this goes down to the very concept about Shogun. It pretty much does go down to the concept of Shogun right here. Actually, I would add symmetry lens for that. And I guess this also will. Oh no! I guess this will also. Oh wow, that also had a bug. Okay. And then a straight line. Oh god, I'm flipping the art. All the way down. I can already see some of the glitch areas of some of these copied buttons. Let's go down there, and that is about it. Did it take me that long to just make this? My goodness, man. But nonetheless, we actually made something, guys. We made something. Though I might not really be focused that much on the glitch pixels, but still, I find it weird, kind of weird to be that downside, but yet understandable why glitch it, glitch pixels like that can happen. Now I actually have to try to copy and then paste that. So let's see right here, because it wouldn't even need to. I can just dupe and then symmetry, deselect that and activate symmetry. Close this. But first, we are removing most of this aspect over here. And that's because we're looking at the backside. So backside would pretty much be something different. Let's see the questions right here. Oh, some chats going around. That could be a thing too. That could be a thing too about the shadow bots. You have shadow bots working as like characters in Shadow Fight Arena, but you have your own character that works like in Shadow Fight 3. It could also be that both characters and the shadow bot that you use are customizable, but I still get that feeling that it goes towards using reusing Shogun's bodyguard function. But I still get the idea. I honestly would like to look up on how that would really look like, but that's the staple image for now. And then this would pretty much go over like so. Or actually, at least something like this. So now I could just turn you on and then move you over here. And that's pretty much my first shirt. Oh God. All right, let's pretend that did not happen. All right, say done, man. I didn't mean to say done and then add the image. Nonetheless, it's the night vibe that I start to run out of words at this point. But I'm still trying to keep going. All right, we got the first shirt done. Damn, man. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about the second go though. I'm not. Hold on. I'm not too sure if I want to make the second one. I really wonder still. Yet again, it would be easier if the bots were having the same functionalities as just characters Java for the arena, and then you leave your own character to be as fully customizable as it is in Shopify 3. But then, yeah, again, if you want the full customization, then both bot and the player should have, like, both the bot and the player should be fully customizable. But there's tons of options that can actually go along right here. Question still remains if I want to keep this or not. Actually, I would like to dupe this because actually not really dupe though, because then I wouldn't really be able to edit and have to move the symmetry line, which I really don't want to when I'm just creating this in one stretch. So instead, instead, I would still try to duplicate it, but we still got the symmetry line, and we can close that so that we can just have focus on this, and then actually not this, but maybe change this kind of pattern a little bit. Or is there really any kind of change you could do with this? I'm not too sure. Nonetheless, maybe this, because I was trying to go for a twist when it comes to clothes like this. So maybe it's something like this. There we go. Honestly would think of thickening this, then continue with what I was what I was planning. So draw a line over here, and then this, draw over here, and extend the line. Although it kind of made me look like I'm having the same kind of size on this. So extend it a little bit more. Although the smallest thing can make the biggest difference. Then we'd reduce this to nothing. And let's say we put it to the side right here. could have also been nothing, honestly. I guess wait, it feels too low. Dang. I mean, technically speaking, you and your bot could go in shadow form simultaneously or individually. Because the bot is still another living sapient being. Then we could actually draw this line. Hmm. There we go. We made a different variety of shirt this time. Thank goodness. With that being said, then I actually have to delete this. Sorry, little shirt, but it had to happen. There. And then I would dupe this bad boy yet again. Close you up and then do this. Although really I could have just used the symmetry to do that a lot faster. Mm-mm-mm-mm. There you go. Then we draw this line, extend this bad boy right here. And then all we need to do is add this back. Even though it makes a bit of controversy. Because it's going around. It's kind of going around though. Planets and then shadow bots. That's the way the stream shouted around right here. Suddenly talking about planets and shadow bots. What else could it have been, my dude? What else could it have been? Now let's see, because we're having this problem, which is easily solved by doing this. There, and there you go. That's pretty much backside. So if I take this guy over there, now we have basically made another shirt. Congratulations, Boss Modern. You have made another shirt, and it took me that long, but still, worthwhile to trying to figure out what I was really supposed to do right here. So I guess merge, and then visual up. You have to both move down, and then no, I'm not gonna be focusing on moving sideways, but it's still merge. There we go. I got 4 different shirts. Man, so much for trying to be a little fashionista down here. So much for trying to draw a little bit of fashionista, but you're taking your own time into trying to inventing something. Could have, for instance, watermarked balls the modern. Look at how I would write though. I'm just gonna be showcasing guys how I would write. There we go. This is how I would write it. This is how I would pretty much watermark my stuff right here. But either way, back to this. Now, what color should I actually? What color should I actually use? May I go for serious or just casual? I could always go for something very casual. just like this. Same on the inside. And then this would pretty much be the same, but you could have different color right here. Let's say you want to go sneaky blue yet again, because I always love this color combination. I always like this color combination. Boop boop. And then for silver, it's going to be lighter. Silver is going to be a little bit lighter. So there you go, have the outline over there. Now I see that there's some pixels that have been missed. Now that I look on it, I might as well darken that even more. Give this a little bit more distinct coloring. Can you stop dysfunctioning? There we go, thank you. I mean, speaking of customization, it shouldn't really matter whatever faction you're selecting, both for your bot and character. You could have two completely different factions, and they both can work out as strong combat competitors of their own way. Alright. Man, that's the first turret. Nice. And I would pretty much do the same. Now, unfortunately, I have to wrap up the stream after I'm finished coloring this first sequence right here. It's been taking me this long, but I guess this lets me know whenever I want to further stream and then continue drawing whatever I wanted to draw. Now that was the first short right here. Dang. Satisfied by my own work. Now let's check out the other shirt. What should I put on there? That may mean I want to enclose the background a little bit, because I want to add this color. Or go all the way down there. Now those misses are kind of bothering me, so I'm kind of trying to take them out. There we go. And that is pretty much it. Well, that would mean though that I could still have, well, first this would be included, but then yet again I may have to lighten up this. Okay, thank you finger, or thank you iPad, for interpreting that tap very differently. This would also go over there. And then we could add another color, but I would like this to be assassin-like, so therefore I would go for, I guess, lighter color on this one. There you go. And then we have to think about the buttons as well. Man, this kind of bug is kind of bothering me a little bit, but not too much. Zoop. Same should go when I'm filling up this, and this. No, the wrong fill up. There you go. Doesn't matter. I'm completely fine with the Shadowbot's topic, my dude. Now this gray color kind of doesn't make any difference when I look at the background, but I guess that'll do. First two serious business shirts could have actually been indigo. Maybe I would go for that next time. But either way, thank you guys for tuning in for my first live stream in a while. It's been a pleasure trying to get back into a different approach of streaming, but for me, from my experience of the stream, it looks like the stream has gone consistently excellent without any further reports of crashes that usually happen when I'm streaming about games. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty happy about that as we speak it for now, guys. But again, thank you guys for tuning in for this stream, and I hope you guys did enjoy me just casually draw some clothes. Inventing this manga right here in the process. Now, as I said, I will also continue developing the plot now that I'm over 50% done with the elements that's going to be included. Now that might seem a lot left, but I have to figure out what I really need and how much left do I have. Now those both kind of are the same comment, but still. And other than that, I might be getting back with something else to draw. Maybe I want to draw a poster, who knows? Part of the poster, maybe can get it done. It really depends, but I still have my summer break up and I will still choose a time that fits. But for now, guys, I'm going to be taking my leave right here, and I hope you guys didn't enjoy these 3 new clothing that I did. Save current sketch. Man, it's been something, I must say. We made like 4 new sheets throughout a day, and I'm definitely satisfied by looking at all of that. But either way, I guess I could give you guys the satisfaction of me watermarking my stuff by writing my own name in a fancy style. It's not from everyone you can see this. Just keep that in mind. It's not everyone you can see this. You might still be writing down like blocks like you see anywhere else. Let's see. Kind of still satisfactory writing down my own name like this. Enough satisfaction. Enough satisfaction, because we're already done here. Made a lot of progress with this kind of aspects. I guess you guys know what kind of aspect I was talking about, but either way, I'd say I'm satisfied for today, and I hope you guys did enjoy this live stream. If you guys did, be sure to hit that like button to support, and if you're new and enjoy my overall content, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll become a part of the Boston Mountain community, where I will be continuing to do my work and then present some of it. Now, you guys have known one aspect, but I haven't really been showing you what the other aspects are looking like. But that's how I want to end it. I want to have as much surprise for you guys as possible whenever I'm presenting the real kind of comic stuff. And until then, guys, I'll catch you guys in another one.